welcome to Dicebreaker, a brand new tabletop site and YouTube channel from Gamer Network. The people who brought you sites like Eurogamer, VG247, and Rock Paper Shotgun. Let me give you the elevator pitch. We're going to be doing a bit of everything. Big board games, small board games, card games, miniatures, tabletop role-playing games.
Doors opening.
We want to be a friendly resource where people can come and learn about new games or ones they might have missed and have fun doing it, whether they're seasoned veterans or entirely new to the hobby. The website itself is still to come, but until then we've got some great video on the way, so if you're watching this, you're in the right place. And by the way, I'm being joined in this little endeavour by a young man called Wheels.
Hello.
We figured, what better way to get to know one another than by playing 20 questions? The game where we answer 20 questions. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Just one each, yeah? Mm-hmm. All right. What can people expect from Dicebreaker?
Well, news, reviews, previews, how to play games, why you should play games, how to start pen and paper role-playing games. You can watch us playing pen and paper role-playing games. You can watch us streaming other board games. You can watch us paint miniatures. There's going to be an awful lot, basically.
Everything
all about
tabletop.
Yeah.
Everything tabletop.
Tabletop, basically.
Your turn.
Okay. What tabletop-related item is most effective as an implement of murder? Strong for question 2.
Okay. I mean, well, the obvious one is to just get the biggest, heaviest box around, and I feel like you could kill someone with scythe. You could probably bludgeon someone's head in with it.
You can kill several people with Gloomhaven.
Yes. But what about choking someone with small wooden pieces?
That's perfectly horrifying. Next question.
Guess the other person's Dungeons & Dragons character based on what you know about them.
I'm going to say you've gone for something like a Dragonborn or a Tiefling, something slightly off the beaten path. Class-wise, I kind of feel like you're a paladin. What is it?
I'm a full-on warlock.
But Dragonborn?
Tiefling, yeah.
I was almost halfway there. Great.
Tiefling warlock. There we go. You're up.
Okay. Druid and dwarf, by the way. Board or card?
Board. Right.
I didn't write that question.
Board or card game, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. This one's on a similar path. Tiny games or massive ones?
Massive ones, always.
Yeah?
Yeah, get people
quite like
around.
tiny ones.
We start at 11 a.m. We're going to have coffee. We're going to have pastries. No one's drinking any booze before 3 p.m. because we know this game's going to last 14 hours. Go.
What about actual physically? Like, what if you can get the exact same experience out of a game that's this big or this big?
Well, obviously, I'm going to want to be able to carry it around. Yeah, but I thought you just meant it in terms of scale. Anyway, questions.
It's you, isn't
it? It's me. What excites you about Dicebreaker?
Okay. Well, I mean, it's the first big project that I've launched personally, not my own, obviously. So that's pretty cool. And also, it's board games, which is super exciting anyway. And it means that we get to be playing more games all the time, which is good. I've got more and more excuses to play board games, which is not ever to be sniffed at.
Perfect.
Good.
That's you now. That's yours. I don't. Oh God, I'm the worst.
Favorite party game?
Probably Mafia de Cuba. It's just really fun and easy to get into. Really good social deduction, but not too taxing. Oh, but it's not Codenames. Codenames is pretty great.
It's very good.
I'm gonna stick to Mafia de Cuba because it's always funny when the guys playing the Mafia Don opens up their cigar box to find that everything's been stolen, and they're like, "I'm very disappointed in you." So there we go. Right, what's next? Weirdest thing one of your RPG characters has ever done?
Oh, okay. Okay. So, my Tiefling warlock obviously had loads of charisma, so he would just bluff his way for everything. I once got into a big camp of goblins and convinced them all that I was actually the king of the goblins. And then for the rest of the campaign, we had 10 goblins just following us around.
Amazing. Were you a benevolent monarch?
No, God, no. That's what I like to call the meat shield.
That's disgusting.
Okay, bonk, marry, kill.
Ooh.
Twilight Imperium, Flamme Rouge, Merchants and Marauders.
Oh my god. That is laser targeted at me. Those are like 3 of my favourite games. Oh my god. I would marry Merchants and Marauders because it's just...
Because you're a filthy pirate.
I am a filthy pirate. It's such a good rinse and repeat strategy game. Oh god. I would... I'd bonk Flamme Rouge and I'd kill Twilight Imperium. I can't believe I just said that.
No!
Twilight Imperium is an incredible game. But it's not a board game you want to bonk. Like, it's a board game you... I mean, I would marry it, but I prefer Merchants and Marauders. Oh, God. What's the prettiest board game you've ever seen?
Oh... Now, okay, the problem is that I'm blinded by new shiny thing, which we saw Parks at Gen Con. That looks really, really pretty.
Yeah.
So that's difficult. I think Quantum's actually a really underratedly pretty game. It's all big chunky tiles with loads of space on them, and then you've got these nice little see-through dice and the big board, and you put your little bits in, and they look like dolly mixtures, and it's good. It's really pretty. More traditional one, probably like, what's that one where you walk through Japan? Exactly. Moving on. Okay, so what is the most edible board game component?
So what would I most like to eat? I think kind of the cubes in Pandemic.
Yeah?
Just a little tiny, and you're always like, the way you kind of feel like, oh, I've got to put 3 cubes down place, and you've got to take them off again. It just seems like they're custom made to be like, and you just have them.
They do look like they're made of sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, consume all sugary related products.
Exactly. Right. If you and your friends were stuck on a desert island, what 3 games would you bring?
Oh, God. Oh, that's mean. Okay. I feel like I have to say Cities because it is my favorite game, and I think it's the kind of thing that you can play over and over and over again. I might then also bring something that takes a long time, a long time. Maybe I would take a legacy game like Pandemic or something like that, because that would serve us for a long time. Although technically fleeting, but then we can just, escape.
You can play legacy games with the board after you finish the campaign.
Exactly. For the third and final one, I want something that I'm just going to be able to relax myself with, so probably Azul.
I was thinking Azul. Nice. That's for you. I don't understand this bucket, or taking turns.
Favourite place to play a game?
Pub? No, not pub. Friend's house, cheaper than pub.
Friend house cheap, pub expensive.
There is something nice about playing in a pub, actually, like especially in winter when everyone's sort of like huddled up and you see people being like, what are they doing? It looks like they're having more fun than us. People look at you like you're cheating the place you're in. It's like, hang on, they're cheating at pub. It's like,
you're only allowed to drink bitter drinks here and be slightly remorseful.
Yep, not the way we play pub. If you died... What board game would they play at your funeral? Is that like as they're lowering you into the ground?
The table for the game is my casket.
That's bleak.
I feel like I want them to play something quite light and uplifting. Maybe we play Escape from the Curse of the Temple so that we can just get on with it. You've got 10 minutes, crack on.
Quick funeral.
Throw me in the trash.
Bloody hell. Yeah, fair enough.
Why did you join Dicebreaker?
Why did I join Dicebreaker? I mean, I was working at Eurogamer, and then sort of the higher up people at GamerNet were like, we're thinking about launching a board game site. I was like, interesting. And pretty much from the first meeting whereby they were like, what sort of shape do you think that site might take? I realised that if they were going to launch one, it was inevitable that I joined because I absolutely love tabletop games. It was scary to do after 12 years covering video games. 11, 12? Who even knows? But I'm here now, and I can't take it back unless I want to defeat my replacement at Eurogamer in single combat.
Yeah,
So.
which I reckon you'd lose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Name 4 board game designers each.
Oh, challenge round. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, we'll do one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you.
Okay.
And then whoever fails has to eat the bucket. So, Ryder Knizia.
Vlada Chatil.
Oh, God, Matt Leacock.
Steve Jackson.
Andrew Garfield.
Mike Pondsmith.
Bruno Cathala.
Gary Gygax.
Oh yeah, look at us, we know how to do our job. What celebrity would you most like to play an RPG with? That's tabletop.
That is difficult because they're quite intimidating, celebrities. I think Nigel Slater would be good fun. Because I just think he would be very curious because he's a very credulous man. And he's like, tell me about this game. And then he'd be like, that's wonderful. And also he'd bring good snacks.
I feel like I'd quite like Ian McKellen to like GM a campaign for me.
He's got incredible physical presence, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it's
sort
just
of
like
fills
imagine
the
him
room.
narrating everything that happens.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Ameritrash or Eurogame?
So for anyone who doesn't know what that means.
I didn't even write this one.
So all right, there's a common phrase. Eurogames are like bred from like Germany, and they're very much like you don't hurt each other. You're all just making like engines, and they're all very like peaceful and worker placement and like very methodical. Whereas Ameritrash, it basically means that American board games used to be a bit more rubbish, but then actually they started getting really good. But I would have to go Ameritrash. I think I really, really enjoy a nice thematic board game, and there's just something about like, I don't know, placing down little dudes to pick up pineapples that just doesn't quite scratch the itch I'm looking
Prefer
for.
lots of dudes, a bit more adversarial, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I like beating up my friends, you know?
I like a nice pineapple,
Yeah.
so it balances.
Yeah, exactly. If you were told to design a board game, what would it be about?
Pirates.
There's loads of those.
I know. Well, yeah, but then some of them are awful. You know, and to be honest with you, more often than not, when I pick up a board game, I'm like, oh, it's about pirates. I assume it's going to be bad
Yeah.
because there are so many bad ones. Merchants and Marauders is a notable exception, but you can also be a merchant in that. But yeah, I would like to make the definitive pirate game. I would like to make the pirate game where everyone's like, do you like pirate games? Oh, you mean Johnny Chiodini's Pirates? And then that's Sid Meier vein. And everyone would be like, yeah. You know, I want to make the Twilight Imperium of pirate games. So there. If you were a board game, what board game would you be?
I feel like I would be a dumb dexterity game that we can all just have fun with.
That's
Like,
such a cell phone. But carry on. Oh my god.
there's nothing better than self-depreciative humor.
Yeah, I know, right?
One that you can like. There's a company called I can't remember the exact. I think they're just called like Pretzel Games or something, and they make that cowboy game
Click 'em
and junk art and all that stuff. And their central philosophy is that we want to make games that you can play with either a beer or a pretzel in one hand. And I think that's perfect for me. I want to be one of them.
Okay.
Cool. Oh. Johnny Chiodini. For the last question of the video, what is your favourite die?
Oh, D12 all the way. All the way
D12?
home. Yeah, lovely shape, kind of uncomplicated. You say to somebody, like, pick up a D10 and they're like, and D10s roll awkwardly. Obviously everyone loves a D20. I've got one tattooed on my arm, but there's just something about a D12 I love. Also, in
A
terms
more refined D20,
exactly,
if you will.
it's the connoisseur's high-level die. Also in Savage Worlds role-playing games like Deadlands, if you've got a D12 in something, it means you're like as skilled as you're going to get. So that's my reasoning.
I like D12s because, and I think it's D12, in Dead of Winter, the exposure die is like one of the most horrible things that you can roll in the world because it's like either nothing happens, or you die, or you get bitten, or you get frostbite, and it's like there's just nothing good on there. So like I've never been more happy to see a blank face on a die, and I think that's quite a powerful die energy.
Yeah, on the surface it doesn't seem like there's much to recommend it in that instance, but I take your meaning. So congratulations, the D12, you've officially won.
And congratulations to anyone watching this video as well, because you've watched the whole thing, which is quite a feat.
Impressive. Yeah, thank you very much.
So thank you for that. But if you've stuck around, that probably means you've enjoyed it. We hope you have, otherwise, why have you been here this entire time? But if you did, please subscribe to the channel. It's YouTube. There's a button below us somewhere that says subscribe. Just hit that. Hit the bell as well if you want any notifications, and we're going to be here for you for all the kind of board game content that you might be into. We've got card games, board games, tabletop RPGs, miniatures, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we want to be here for people who are of all sort of differing levels of tabletop. So if you've never played before, then we want to introduce you to some great games. If you've been playing for years and years and years, we're here for you. We like them also, and we want to help you discover new games in a fun and informative way. So please do subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, that whole shebang. Tell your friends, and we'll see you very soon. Bye!